Thank you for your presentation. I have only one short question. You mentioned dialogues for the simulation. And in the old version, it was possible to import R tables. In the new version, the Evo, it isn't, or I haven't found it to import R tables. We have seen it's very important to use at the moment the measured R tables that we can calculate the luminance in the correct way. Do you had contact with Dialux also that
No, we don't have contact, and I can tell you we use the old version of Dialux.
Okay.
The one where you can import the tables.
Exactly. Then I will take contact to Dialux and clarify that it's necessary to integrate these functions again.
Thank you. Another question or comment?
Valerie, I'm Sarmin.
Yeah.
Hello. Can I it's one information from the Turkey. Since we cannot always measure and analyze the payment, road payment, it's generally considered R3 in the specification at the start of the project. And of course, it's a problem again for the other countries. It's not possible always to measure road surface payment to start of the project. We can have some acceptance for the payment. It's a big problem also for the because we have a field measurement. For the acceptance during the installation acceptance, and of course you can imagine that we can have some differences between the project results and the measurement results on the field, and always we have written more explanation on the report about the effect of the road payment.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe you can put your table. It's we have used always R3 payment assumptions of the project, road project in Turkey.
Okay, I will add it to our table. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And yes, if you have some measurements again and you can share it, we will be really pleased.
So I recently measured some samples we received from Greece.
Yeah.
So they are R2 and R3, but I can send you. I just finished, so I can send you the.
Thank you very much. But it's again the center of Europe.
Yeah. It's not as south. But
Valerie, I have remembered that there were some measurements from the Schroeder with the portable instrument on the road in Turkey. Maybe I can ask to Schroeder Group if they have some measurement results of the Turkey roads.
In fact, you could ask Schroeder. To be very honest, in Schroeder, they did a lot. There are a lot of measurement on portable devices with their portable devices, and these were not in our database yet. But we will add, as I told you, the measurements of portable device. So we will be able to add these. But I know concerning Schroeder, they did also lots of measurement on samples, but I didn't succeed to get the data. I tried.
I see, but I will try also. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I accept all help.
Oh, of course, I can imagine.
And yes, I saw your, it's perfect. So measurements from Joanna are samples from Greece. So this is really great because we will have data from south of France, south of Europe, sorry.
Okay, if there are no more questions, I suggest to have a break. And we will be back at 11 to start the TC450 meeting that I would like to recall you that this meeting is open to all. So all of you who attended our webinar are really, really welcome to join the TC450 meeting. For those of you who are leaving after this break, I would like to say thank you for attending our webinar. I hope you find our webinar interesting, and I hope to see you on the next webinar in September, when with Michael Lindgren from RISE, we will go through the stakeholder experience. And again, I invite all our stakeholders to share their experience, and as well NMF group, hoping that the data analysis is finished. And I hope really that all of you can stay for the next hour, because the TC450 will start at 11 and end at 12. Thank you very much, and we will be back at 11.
You let everything open. We just cut our, yeah.
I leave the chat, the room chat absolutely open, and I put just maybe an information slide that TC450 will start at 11. So thank you for attending, and I hope to find all of you in a few minutes. Bye.
Bye. Paola, can you hear me?
Yes, Stefan, I'm here.
Yes, it's fine. And could you see my presentation?
Absolutely.
Great. You can see exactly only the presentation, not all the screen.
No, I see just the presentation.
Okay, fine. That's what I want.
It works good.
Yeah, we are learn all people who can learn every day with the different systems.
Yeah, I have to install so many different systems to follow all webinar and meeting and so on during this day. That is really incredible. So just to inform you that we are 18 people connected.
Yes,
now.
I can see it.
And
Paola, I would say if some people have a question or so, please tell me. Yeah. Then at the moment I have. Oh, I can open. Yeah. I need this one and this one. Yo, okay, that's fine. So should we start, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think yes, because
yes, we can.
With the meteorological precision, it's 1 minute past 11.
Okay, good. Then I say welcome to everybody. Especially, we have a special guest, our CIE president, Peter Plattner, is here. Welcome. And it's an honor for us in this to see that you are participate in this topic. I know you are involved with your group, but it's nice that you have the time to participate. Thank you for coming. It is a relative short TC, and I will explain a little bit why. I sent the agenda before, but I have to change my slides now. I sent this agenda, the welcome for everybody, the approval of the draft agenda, apologized approvals of the minutes, the memberships, the election of new chairman. I will say why, the next steps, another business, and then the next dates. The first thing is to approval of the draft agenda. Does anybody have some comments or additional points what we should speak in this TC meeting? No, I cannot see in the chat group. Okay. If it's not, then we have to go to the apologize of absence. I haven't received any apologize. Sorry for the relative short sending of the agenda. First, I thought it's enough to speak about in a division meeting, but I learned we have to discuss the chairman in this group also. So that brings me to the next point, to the minutes of our last meeting for 1 year. I try to share the minutes. Where is it? No, please wait. The minutes of Washington. So now I have to share this screen. Oh, I'm not sure. How can I share both windows? Let's have a look here. Presentation. I stop this and I go back now. Find Windows and I go to the minutes, share. So, and now you should see the minutes of Washington. You can see?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So we had our last meeting in Washington, and we discussed the membership, the chairman, we had the selection of the chairman, the selection or the election of the secretary. Then we had a short introduction about the Surfit project, and then I could give a presentation about our doing in this field, and then we discussed the next actions for this. So do you have any comments or remarks to this? If it's not, then I can go back to the presentation. So, oh, where is it? Here is it. So, and now you should see the agenda. Oh no, yes. Now you should see the agenda, and that brings me to the next point, to the membership list. I checked the membership list on our CRE collaboration tool, and you can see a relative short list there. If I compare this list with the past members in the minutes of 2 years ago or 4 years ago, this list was much, much longer. The reason for this is that probably the CRE office has deleted, or some of them are retired, and others haven't signed the copyright agreement. And from time to time, the CRE office check this, and then they delete these members. And that's my point, that please, if you are willing to participate and to get all the information of our TC, then sign this list. And please sign the copyright agreement of the CRE. Otherwise, it's not possible to participate on this TC. So, and that brings me to, yes, of course.
There's some title of the, for example, reader, author, CI. What is the means of this membership? Can you, yeah, this one. It's
this one. I think that's a little, if you are active writer, that you are right on this report, that you give input in form of chapters or so, then you are in this group. Then you are an editor of this. Otherwise, if you send some documents or some tables or so, then you are a reader. And the first group of this, the author and editor, I don't not really exactly what's the difference. Probably the editor is the chair of this group.
Yeah.
May I comment on this?
Yeah, Peter.
So it's good to be with you. Sorry, I'm now connected to my private Gmail account. Somehow with the professional one, I cannot talk. I can only hear you. So it's my private account that you see now. What you see here is actually everything. All those that are authors are just the TC members, and the readers are the Division 4 management team. And yes, the editor is the TC chairs. And the split that you were mentioning, Stefan, actually it's something which will be later when you are finalizing the documents. You will need to decide who of the TC members will be, or really the actives that are authors, and who was only an advisor. So basically, every TC member should now be an author of this collaboration group.
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen, and it's clear now. It's if I'm, for example, I'm a member of the division team, management team. If I would like to be a member of this TC, again, I need another process to send the and. For example, I'm not sure about my membership of this TC. It's a do we have I have a it's a for example, it's an application form or not? I not.
So basically, for every TC member, even if you're a division management team, you need to sign the copyright agreement and also the TC application form, because the copyright agreement, you have to write in for which work you're doing, because it might be well that for one TC you want to give the copyright and for others you don't want. So it's really for each TC you would like to be a member, you need to sign the TC member, TC application, the TC copyright agreement.
Of course, okay, after that we can make it clearly. Yes, okay, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Simon, for the question, and thank you, Peter, for the clarified. Good. So, and now we come to the next point, to the election of a new chairman. The background for this is the last chairmans, Giuseppe Rossi and Demir Haldun, retired some years ago. And last year, Dionys asked me, he cannot find any chairman for this TC. And so I say, okay, I'm willing to do it. But I have mentioned I will finish my TC 433 with Discomfort Clare for road lighting first, and I would be accepted, or it would be accepted of the division meeting that the TC is waiting of the results of the surface meeting. We had heard some new results today, and we expect some more results in the next months of this project, and I think it's very important to have these results for the revising of the report. The new report, yeah, and that was a little bit the background that I say, okay, I'm willing to do it. In the meantime, I could find a much better expert than me in this field. Then, of course, I'm dealing with outdoor and car lighting a lot of years, but especially the focus of the pavement, it's relative new. 3 years ago, I started with a project and a PhD candidate, but I know that in this group we have some with much more experience, and I'm very happy about that. I could find Valerie, and she is willing to share this TC, and I'm very, very happy about it. You can see the CV, and she is involved a long time in this field. Also from the beginning, I could find over 15 years. She is involved in road characterization with different devices, with different measurement methods, and she is member of CEN and CIE and the France Association, and she had done different publication in this field, and I think she is a very great, or she would be a very good chairman for this TC. And that's a little bit the reason that I will ask you as TC members, or the next group of the group of the TC members, to give Valerie your vote that she can share this TC. And so, and that's a little, and first I thought it's enough if we would make this procedure in the division meeting, but I learned that it's necessary to ask all TC members that you are accepted this proposal. So, and that's the reason that I ask, could we share Valerie as our new TC chair? Do you have comments or remarks or? No? Then I would ask, who is against this proposal? Who is absent? So I have my list here.
I have accepted.
You have accepted. It's great.
Thank you very much for hearing.
Okay, then I say congratulations, Valerie, for the election. And I'm very happy that you're willing to share it. I know it's a lot of work. You can imagine I will support you when I can, and please ask if you need my help. Thank you, Valerie. So now we can clap in your hands. Good. Valerie, I would ask you to go to the next steps.
Okay.
And you have prepared a little bit for the next steps and the next dates. Please, Valerie.
Okay. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for your confidence, and I will try to do my best on this TC. And I'm not going, what I would like to say that I'm not going there alone. Paola Iacomisi remains the secretary of the TC, and I really I know that I will be able to count on Stefan Volker to help us, and also to other members of this TC.
Valerie, I have a very short point. I would say, Paola, thank you very, very much for your help in the last year, and for your supporting of the agenda, of the minutes, and so on. And I'm very glad that we could work together. And of course, I will support you in the same way like Valerie. Thank you, Paola.
Thank you. You're welcome. And thank you for still with us in this new travel.
Fine. So, Valerie.
Yeah. So I share my screen. Now it should work easier than before. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes, it's okay.
Perfect. So the next step, so just a short remind. So TC 450 name is World Surface Characterizations for Lighting Application. And during Washington meeting, Stefan and Paola, during this meeting, there was a change of the term of reference of this TC 450, and you have it written here. So we decide to be less ambitious, not to focus, because there was another old paper of 86, I think, and with lots of, it was a common paper, a common document with Word, IPCR, and we have nobody working on this subject in our group, so we will only revise, say, publication 145 of 2001 concerning the reflection properties of world surface useful for world lighting application. We will propose methodologies for the determination of parameters from calculation and from laboratory and on-site measurements, considering also the evaluation on uncertainty, and we are wishing to publish data. So this is the extract of the term of reference from Washington Minutes, and I have seen that in CIE website there's not exactly the same word, so I will ask for a change of the term of reference in CIE website.
Valerie, may I interrupt you? I'm not sure, because in terms of reference, they have to be validated also by the Board of Administration.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if this has been done, because usually what should be on the website is really the correct sentence, which is agreed first by the division and then later by the Board of Administration.
Okay.
So I can check if there was a problem somehow in the balloting procedure. Otherwise, I suggest, because also your nomination has to be confirmed by the Board of Administration, that we do it together. That you have a change in chairperson and also a change in terms of reference.
Okay, but will you do it, or shall I do something? Or Stefan?
It has to go. Has the Division 4 formally approved the change in terms of reference or not?
Okay.
I will discuss it with Dionys, then I think I have sent it to him, but probably it's it's lost.
Okay.
It was, yeah.
So then it goes first to the division, both proposals, the new TC persons, and also the TC chairperson, and also the terms of reference. Then we can do it together.
Yeah.
Okay. So Stefan, you will contact Dionys.
Yes, I will do it.
Okay. Okay, but the difference is not big, but there is a difference. It's not a huge difference. Okay, so I mean, yeah, and we also present to the Division 4 the new work plan, because we ask for 3 more years. Oh, it's cut. Well, it's not a problem. And so we have 3 years till the end of 2022 to propose a document for TC, to update the CIE publication and propose a new publication. And first point, Stefan already talked about it, but it's really necessary to have an update list of members. So please apply, and you can send us email, you can send us, you have to complete the 2 forms that are you can download here, and Stefan already presented them. It's the TC membership application form and the copyright form. And complete these documents, send them to CIE, and also send them to me and Paola. And so that we could check that everything is going fine, and you will have call tool access, and then we will be able to share documents. And as Stefan said, if these papers are not complete, you cannot have call tool access. And up to now, concerning TC 450, there was nearly nothing on call tool, but we will put there the minutes of the meeting, beginning probably from Washington meeting, and all possible documents that we can share and that we need to share. Concerning the next steps, this is the organization we propose with Paola. So our idea is that, well, we are now in June. It's a COVID year, so lots of things are quite complicated. So the idea is first to gather I mean, our aim is to have this year a list of members, to know each other, to gather as much information as we can, And we propose to make 4 web meetings after Surface webinars, because it's the last year of Surface project. So we found that since the scope is the same, it's interesting to have this organization. So the first meeting is, of course, today. And our aim here is really on the new organization and schedule. Our aim is to update as soon as possible, to update member lists, and then so that the call tool access could be available to all members. And we will have a small discussion. We will have discussions after all concerning possible inputs of what was proposed and that can be added to these inputs. The second meeting will be in September. So after the Surface webinar, which is focused on stakeholder presentations, we will have a meeting, and we will, with Paola, in this summer, we will propose, because up to now there is a TC 450 document, but it's more or less a copy paste of very old documents and not really complete. So we will update a first draft of a report, but not completed, just with taking into account our scope. And we will update the list, propose a kind of list of content, and then we will make ask for contributions. We will also try to begin to think how we will work on the document. I mean, do we put responsibles for some part or another approach? We will discuss on that after the presentation of a skeleton of a document. And we will also discuss on the possibility of the possible inputs of Surface concerning stakeholders' inputs. We will have a third meeting in November, again a webinar of Surface first and then a TC 450, and the last one in December. And concerning next year, well, since we will have several meetings, we have a lot of time to decide of an organization, and yes, I think we still have time. So this is, I have now finished my presentation, but I would really like to have now an exchange moment. Do you have any comments or suggestion on our proposal of organization? And this is my first question. And my second question is, who is willing among the present persons, because we decide to make this meeting in the morning so that people from Asia could attend, but I think there's nobody from Asia. And but however, from the present, who is willing to participate to the TC 450, and does he have any comments or suggestions? Perhaps we can do a kind of because it's not late and we still have time. We could perhaps do a kind of table, one table, and you can very shortly present yourself, say if you have some comments, some suggestions, and say if you would like to participate to TC 450. I just need a minute to stop to share my screen, because yeah, this is better. Okay, so we have now 15 persons. So I propose to, okay, I have a list, so I can give the name, and then you can speak. Sorry, it's probably the easier way of doing it. So the first name in the list is Danilo Giannetti. You have to turn on your microphone. Mr. Giannetti? Okay, I propose we go on, and if you can fix your problem, you will speak later on. Let's try with the second name in my list. It's Dennis Corel.
Yeah, that's me. I actually thought that I was a member already, but perhaps I didn't sign the copyright agreement correctly. So I would like to participate in this TC.
Okay, and do you have just perhaps not everyone knows you. Perhaps can you say from which country you come and where you're working?
So I'm from Denmark. I'm working at the Technical University of Denmark. So I'm also a member of this NMF group that you've been talking about a bit from the Nordic countries. So I participate there. We made this mobile measurement device that can measure road surfaces. Me and Kai did that. So we are interested in getting this promoted somehow. So that's me. Normally I work in a laboratory where we have a goniphotometer and an integrating sphere, and normally I do measurements on lighting, but I've also done some measurements on road surfaces.
Okay, so thank you. So please fill the documents, and I hope you will have an access. Yes. And we hope that you will be able, yes, to, as Paula said, to make a presentation on the next Surface stakeholder meeting.
That is the plan.
Yeah, perfect. So next name is Enoch Saint-Jacques.
Yes, hello. So I'm from Université Gustave Eiffel, formerly IFSTAR in France. And I'm very much interested in participating in the TC. And congratulations, Valérie, for your election as chairwoman. So we participated in the round robin test because we have a gonio-photometer in which can measure whole BRDF and so for sure our tables. So we are very much into it, and yes, I'm looking forward to participating actively. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Enoch. John Pedro B.
Oh yes, I'm Giampiero Bellomo. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, okay, I'm fully interested to participate in this group. I'm new in the CAE, not really in the CAE because I'm already member of the working group that's dealing with the new photometric data. The convener is the
Ian Ashton.
Yeah, Ian Ashton. Yes, exactly. Just I'm starting to participate to the CAE work because the Italy finally is come back in the CAE this year, so that's why I'm here. So I already sent the agreement for the photometric data, but if necessary, I send you again the module for the security data for the how you call the module that they mentioned before.
The agreement form.
Yeah, the agreement. I already sent the agreement.
Yeah, but let's say, I mean, we begin from.
Okay.
We start again.
Okay. We start again. Okay, I send you again. Okay, don't worry. So
and it's the only time from these three years.
Okay, so no, from the working point of view, I dealing with the lighting design and lighting research from 30 years, more or less, starting with the company. Now I have a small company that is dealing with lighting application research, and especially in sport lighting and in the outdoor lighting, in the lighting pollution research, and that's all. I'm member of the ISO, of course, ISO group and CEN group and the UNI.
Okay, thank you, Paola. Joanna?
Yes, so I'm not